Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the Y. My name is Linda, and welcome to Arthritis. We've got 30 minutes of arthritis-friendly moves. So everything from footwork to strength to range of movement to a little bit of balance. We've got it all, and we're going to put it all into this 30-minute workout. So we're going to start with a warm-up. I want you to take a deep breath in, arms come up, and exhale. Good. And we're going to just march in place. You can be seated, or if you feel more comfortable standing, feel free. Otherwise, lift and lower. Just lifting up the legs, marching up and down. Maybe it's a heel lift, and those legs just don't want to come up all the way. That's okay. We're really targeting those lower abdominals as we lift. Breathing in, and then those arms just gently swing up and down. Good. And up and down. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Up. Good. Last one. All right, now adding hands on shoulders, just start to roll the shoulders up and back. Nice and gentle, nice and slow and controlled, breathing in and out. And then switching directions, go back, come up, or whatever direction you weren't going before. Good. Now reach and pull back. Good. Reach and pull back. Good. Reach and pull back. Breathing in and out. Now bringing the arms down, relaxing the arms, and just reach and look side to side. Nice and gentle. Range of movement. Breathing in. Good. Just moving side to side, back to center, and then stepping out and then opening up the hips. Hands can stay on your hips, and just step out and tap that toe. Again, range of movement of the hip as you open and close. Breathing in and out. Good. For 4, 3, 2, give me one more, opening it up. Good. And then just heels to the front, pulling back the toes, stretch the calf muscle. Good. Nice slow heel and heel. Good. If you want a little more, you can extend that leg a little bit as you tap the heel gently to the floor, breathing in and out. Good. And then as you're doing that, if you want to multitask, just roll through the wrists. Good. Switching directions. Changing to a toe tap now. Stretch the shins. And then when you're change the toe taps, go ahead and move to the elbows and start to roll through those elbows. Good. And switch directions. Go back the other way. Sitting nice and tall. Slow and controlled. Good. And bring it here. Now from here, we're just going to practice coming straight up, range of movement of the shoulders, straight out to your side. And then come down, thumbs up. This time we're going to circle over, reach, stretch, nice and tall, bring it back down. Now we go back to that first move, narrow reach, bring it up, arms circles up for reaches. Now palms flat, out to your side. And then one more big circle up, deep breath in. Then we move on to lower body and gliders. So go ahead, grab a quick sip of water, and we're gonna stand for this next 10 minutes. Small sips, grab One glider's plenty, or a paper plate, and we're gonna do some lunges. So these are just 30 seconds. We can start out on that left foot, right foot stays planted. And when you're ready, here we go. Step back and lunge and bring it in. Step back and lunge and bring it in. Good. Looking good. Step back and lunge. Slide it in. So we're using that glider. Our toe is just on top. We're sliding it back, bending our knee. Upper body stays completely nice and steady. I'm not hinging forward or back. Pushing through that front heel. Last one. Good. Now just bring it in. Switch legs. If you need the chair for balance, feel free to do that. Set the foot. Toe is on. Sliding back. Breathing in and out. Good. Lunging, pressing through that front heel and stand. Take it nice and slow. Roughly about 30 seconds is what we're doing. Breathing in and out. Great job. Last one. Good. Now taking just a little break. Shake, shake, shake. So a lot for those legs, especially when we're doing those. Go ahead and put them now. We're going to start that same leg we were just doing. You've got the chair there. We're going to slide it out, bend the knee, and then use that inner thigh to slide back in. Slide out, bend the knee into side lunge, slide it back in. And it's just straight out to the side, little hinge from the hip, and then slide back in. Breathing in, exhale. Good. Breathing in. It's not a deep side lunge. It doesn't have to be. It's just enough to open up the hips, slide the hips back. Feel the quad begin to fire as well as the hamstring and glute. Slide back and then inner thigh. Yeah, working those stabilizers. Last one. Great job. All right, now we're going to just go to the other side so you have the chair if you need to. Same thing. This time the left foot slides out. And here we go. 30 seconds. Slide it back in. Breathing in on the way out. So inhale. Exhale. That's usually the work. Trying to get that leg back in. Yep. Slide it out. That's usually the easier part. Then the harder part is to sit those hips back like you're going to sit back into a chair and then squeeze those inner thighs, adductors. Good. One more. Excellent. All right, so from here, we're going to put those gliders in front. And we've got a little hamstring or glute lift. So we're going to just go to the side and we're going to lift and lower. And lift and lower. So a straight leg, slight bend in the knees, and I'm just lifting. I'll show you from the side. I'm not hinging and swinging, okay? Just stay steady, knee bent, lift, squeeze the hamstring and glute, and slowly lower. Lift and lower. Working the back side, those hamstrings, glutes, breathing in. Good, last one. Now switch. Put that foot down, other side up and down. Good. Core is engaged, shoulders are relaxed. Staying nice and tall if you want. Some people like to put a knee on the chair and get a little lower, and that way they can maybe get a little higher on that glute lift, but this is completely okay where we're at. So last one more lift. Great job. And recover. All right, from here, we're going to come down and we're going to do a little bit of hamstring in our chair. If we can scroll. Okay. First, you're at the edge of your chair. You might need to hold onto your chair. And we're going to go in with the hamstring, in, out, Extend the leg. Good. I'm not leaning back. I'm actually standing nice and tall, or seated nice and tall. Out with the legs. And then 1, 2. Out, out, in. If you don't need the assistance, if you want, bring both of them in at the same time. Whew. Both of them out at the same time. Out. Sitting nice and tall, core is engaged. If you need to, grab the chair. I just don't want you to fall out of the chair. Good. Activating those hamstrings. So heels are down, squeeze in. Great job. You got to sit to stand. You know I love that one. Functional movement. Trying to stay and be able to get out of a chair unassisted, right? That's our goal. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Make sure those are out of the way so you don't trip on them, okay? We're going to add that slow and controlled standing up and sitting back down. So ready? Shoulders, push through the heels, stand nice and tall, and then sit back down. Slow and controlled. Good. We're trying to improve our hip and knee mobility without that impact. Breathing in and out. Great job. Down. Take your time and really think about power in the legs, right? You're not like whipping yourself forward, right? You're pushing through the heels. You're letting those strong legs lift you out of that chair. Good. We're going to be here just for a little longer, a little more than 30 this time. Good. Breathe in and out. Amazing job. Good. Last one. I know you're like feeling it. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to add one for that hip mobility. Grab one of your gliders and strength on one leg. So that left leg, we're in this like mini squat. And then you're going to just circle this other leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you're in this mini squat. You're going to start to feel it. And we're going counterclockwise. Good. Now go to the other side. I'm just going to use my other glider that's over here. All right. Left foot. First, mini squat. Draw the abs in. Shoulders relax. This leg stays bent. Now circle. We're going to go the opposite direction. So if you remember which way you're going. 3, 2, or count your own. 1. Now leave that there. Same thing this time, opposite. We were doing counter. So now we're going to do clockwise. So down. I'm going to go back and around. Bringing it in to me. I was going that way wide, so we're just reverse the circle. Knees still stay bent. Good. Here's number 5, 6, 7, 8. I know. 9. Stretch out that hip. One more. Woo! Shake, shake, shake. All right. Final one of this one. All right. So whatever, if you were going clockwise, we got to go back the other way. All right. First, set it. Knees bent. Draw the abs in. Hold the chair if you need to, or hands on the hips. And then reverse it. Usually it's the back, side, front. That's usually the way that we don't do because it's not natural. All right. Give me 4. Give me 3. Or count your 10, 2, 1 more. Now slowly stand because that's a burner. Whew. All right, moving on. If we can move and scroll, we're going to use upper body with our band. So go ahead and have a seat, kind of stretch out, grab a quick drink of water, breathe in. So we've got band pull aparts. Arms are going to be straight. And we're going to pull across the chest, okay? Chest and back, okay? So I like to put my hands through the handles, depending on what kind of band. Sometimes the bands just are flat, and that's okay. And then pick and choose how much slack you need. What I don't want to see is ever this. I want to always see some type of tension on it. So relax through the shoulders, bring it down by your chest, don't bring it up, and then pull apart. Squeeze the back, squeeze the chest. Don't do this. So you got to get your hands closer together. Squeeze and release. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale on the pull apart. Good. Inhale. These are about 30 seconds, maybe a little bit more. Good. Slow and steady. Breathing in and out. Great job. Good. Inhale. Last two. Good. Now bring those arms, go ahead and grab the handles, bring the band under the feet. If you need to, choke up on the band a little bit. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, hinge forward, and then start to row to the ribs. And down. And up. Squeezing, elbow comes up and in, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And release. Good. Up, squeeze, and release. Up, squeeze, and release. Great job. Up, squeeze, and release. Pulling that string out of the top of your head. Last one. Nice and slow. Time under tension. That's why we pause at the top and bring it up. All right. Overhead press. So it looks a little bit like this. We're going to have one down, and you're going to stand or sit, completely up to you. 1 foot on or 1 foot off, and then just press up and down. If you need more tension, step both feet on and then reach. A little light band, enough to feel the resistance as you press up, like you're putting something heavy on that top shelf. Reach and down. Listen to your body. Keep your shoulders relaxed and then add the tension so you're not up here trying to relax the shoulders and reach. And then we'll do the other side. Now let's talk about breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Excellent job. Last two. Good. Give me one more. And exhale. Good. Bring it in, down, and slowly switch sides. So just stepping on. You can just step on with one as well. Figure out your tension. Bring it back in a little bit. And then just press up and down. It could be wide. It could be narrow. Just knuckles to the ceiling. Releasing the neck, making sure everything is nice and relaxed. Press up and back down. Breathing in. Good. And out. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Great job. Got just a few more. If you need to stop, take a break, feel free. Just a couple more. Last two. Breathe in. Last one. Good. Now we're going to grab both of the handles, put them under one or both feet. We've got a bicep curl. Again, seated or standing. Shoulders nice and tall, or back nice and tall, shoulders down and back. And then elbows towards our side, a little space in between there. And then try to bring them up towards your chest. And then slowly release. If we release it too much, we lose the tension. So I want to just do kind of a 3/4 bicep curl. Curl up, keeping the tension on the entire time. Good, and up again. And that seated, that range is a little bit shorter just because we're in that seated position. We're going to keep the tension on. We're going to take a breath in, and we're going to exhale as we lift. Good. Inhale. Keeping the wrists straight, try not to curl the wrist as you lift, okay? My wrist is in alignment with my forearm, wiggling my fingers so that I'm not death gripping it. Squeeze that bicep. And then that resistance going down is still working that muscle as well. Breathing in and out. Good. We've got some tricep press backs with this band. In 3. Good. Give me 2 more. 2. Nice and slow and steady, keeping the resistance on. 1. Good. Now relax and recover. Now shoulders down and back. We're going to hinge forward. Feet are still hip width apart, okay? Knees 90 degrees. Shoulders up, back, and down. Hinge forward. Elbows. Actually, let's do a straight arm. So straight arm. And then we're just going to press behind us, keeping our wrist straight. Entire arm presses, squeezing the tricep. Going up, 2, down, keeping the tension on, not coming fully forward to release it. And down, 2. Press back. So it's a straight arm tricep press. Squeeze that tricep press. You'll get a little bit of back in there as well. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Good. Inhale, keeping that neck in alignment with your back. I'm hinging forward from my hip, and then my elbows and arms are all in alignment, okay? They just come back from the shoulders and squeeze that tricep as I press behind me. Last one. Now give me 1 more. Yes. In and relax. If we can scroll, breathing. I think we're done with that. Oh, we've got a chest press. So final move, then we move on to some mobility. Bring that band around your back and under your arms, okay? And I'm gonna wad them up a little bit. And right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna anchor and we're gonna squeeze and then open up. So slight bend in the elbows, right across the chest, squeeze and open. Good. And open. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Last 3, 2, 1 more. Yes, great job. All right, mobility and core. We're going to stand for this one. Move these gliders out of the way. So we're going to do some knee lifts and holds, working on that balance. So core, lower core, chair is here. If you want to work on balance, hands on hips, lift, hold, balance and control, and then bring it back down. Find a focal point, lift and hold. You can do this in the seated chair as well, and down. Good, nice and slow and control. Lift and hold, and down. Good, lift and hold, and down. Lift and hold, and down. Good, give me 1 more. Lift and hold, and down. Now we're just going to add a band just as a tool. And we've got a torso twist. We're going to lift and hold the knee and bring the band down, up, and figure 8. Lift and hold the knee. Good. So balance, and then adding a little torso twist. Breathing in. We can scroll. Exhale. Lift and hold. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Now holding here, leg lifts and balance. If you can bring the band, pull it apart, hold it right at the chest, or as you lift, reach and tap down. Good. Balance. Find your focal point. Keep chest and chin lifted. Set your gaze at about 4 feet in front of you, 3 feet. Breathe out. Good. And then down. Let's do the other side. If anything, your arm, one hand can be here, and you're just lifting and lowering. So when you're ready, find your focal point, press the band apart and up, and then tap the toe down, regain balance. And do it again. Slow and steady balance, and control the momentum up and down. Good. And up and down. Good. Last two. Last one. Good. And recover. All right, we're going to move on. Our last 4 minutes are in the chair, and we're going to do range of movement. So we're going to start with the toes. So I want you to curl your toes and your fingers into a ball, and they're in your shoes. And then I want you to extend your toes and extend your fingers. And do it again. Curl the toes, curl the fingers, and then extend. And again, curl and extend. And curl and extend. Breathing in and out. Good. Taking that right leg, go ahead and lift and just roll through the ankle. Again, trying to bring fluid around the joints. So circle. Feels good to gently move through those joints and switch directions. Go back the other way. Breathing in. If we can scroll to the final pull down. Yeah, perfect. And then put that down into the other side. Up. Rolling, just nice and slow and controlled. We're not in any rush. Just rotate through the ankle, switching directions, go back the other way. Breathing in and out. And we've got that hamstring stretch. Go ahead, right leg forward, press the heel, pull the toe back, shoulders relaxed, hinge forward. Feel that nice long stretch of that hamstring. Breathing in. Feel the lungs begin to rise. Exhale. Good. And hold. Good. Slowly come up. Ankle to ankle or ankle to knee. Shoulders squared and back, and that figure four. So we're not pushing down on the legs. I want you to just relax the upper body and then hinge. So back is straight, shoulders are relaxed. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, come up. Take that left hand on the right knee, right hand on the right hip. Rotate, look over that shoulder. Breathing in. And back to center, uncross. Take that other leg straight, press the heel, pull the toe back. Shoulders are squared, hinge forward so you feel the back of that leg. And it might feel stiff. Allow it just to be time under tension and kind of adding tension to release it. So it's okay to have tension. If it's pain, definitely back off. Breathe in. Good. Slowly exhale. Good. Crossing ankle to ankle or ankle to knee, shoulders down and back, hinge forward. Breathing in and exhale. Good. Breathing in again. Slowly back up. Good. Turn, looking over that shoulder for that spiral or spinal twist. Maybe adding just a little bit. Breathing in again. Good. Exhale, coming back to center. Uncrossed, hands on the hips, and just slowly move gentle through the front, back, side to side. Then a little cat-cow, switching directions, go back the other way. I call it my coach's stance, so we're just going to go wide, Opening up those hips just a little. Now holding here, shoulders relaxed, hands on top of the knees, flat back. Now draw the belly button in and roll up through that spine. Till you come to a nice tall seated position. And one more time, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Stretch that spine. Good. And then bringing those hands in, taking one more deep final breath in. And exhale, and you are done. Thank you so much for joining me for Arthritis. Same time, same place. We'll see you next week.
I'm Sarah, and this is Cardio Dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
I woke up feeling like this gon' be my day. I got that poppin' fire every step I take. Living that wild life.
Through the bag. Go. That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it. Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin. I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world.